Yes, yes. Welcome back to another stream. Yeah, look at LB just randomly beefing in it.
I'm beefing everyone out here, man. I ain't
Bro,
got time.
ain't no one safe though, innit? You was
Ain't
full
no one
set,
safe on
bro.
the block,
You was
man.
full setting for JSGZ, bro.
I
Guy done
was
nothing.
friendly fire in it. You know what I
Yeah, you
mean?
did. You shot your own teammate.
Keyboard warrior, man. He's a keyboard warrior.
What's going on, man? Welcome into the stream, guys. Big up everyone that's here. Make sure you drop a like on the stream, subscribe to the channel. Big up Saeed in the chat, man, taking some flack there. Look at all the sevens, you know. That's funny, man. That's funny. Yeah, guys, there's a couple, a little bit popping off. Some rumors going around, but we thought we'd save those for tomorrow. It's a bit late, so we just thought we'd have a nice, chilled out stream. And you guys can just fire in whatever questions you want, and we can just have a bit of a discussion about random shit. It doesn't necessarily have to be specifically related to City.
Yeah,
So
that's anything, innit?
yeah, exactly. Fire in your questions. I mean, before we start on the questions, Hugh, talk to us, man. Ireland, you know what I mean? What's going on here? You play tonight? You gonna qualify or what?
Bro, I told you at halftime we're gonna win the Euros. We were sick. Nah, listen, it was sad, man. It was sad. I see people in the chat showing love. Let's get some W's in the chat for Ireland, please. Get my mood back up. We were class tonight. We really were class. It was the best Irish performance I've seen in years. You know, we kept Mbappe entirely quiet. He did nothing. We kept the really good French team very quiet. It was just one little mistake, and Pavard scored a screamer. So you know, there's not much you can do about it. But look, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. I reckon we're gonna go all the way and win the Euros, man. It's our year. I was saying do halftime. You know, if we were to beat France tonight, does that make us better than England? Because you couldn't do it. You know, little old Ireland only getting beaten 1-0 by a screamer.
Yeah,
penalties.
You know what it is, yeah. You know when you go on TikTok, right, and you hear like these football pundits who give like really bad takes. That's what you're doing right now, bro. You're giving like a really bad take.
Man, it's difficult conversations. You just don't want to have it, man. You just don't want to have it. Your country's a bit crap at football these days, but we've got Ferguson, man.
Your country is sat in 4th position in the group, bro.
Bro, we played one game,
right? Still,
we played France, World Cup finalists, who knocked you out of the World Cup.
Nah, we don't talk.
Don't chat, man. Don't chat. You've won as many trophies as us since 1966.
We don't talk about that, man. Oh, since 1960. What about 1965? Do you want to talk about
that? We have Super Evan Ferguson. Your nation was on their knees to get that guy to play for your country, and he's playing for Ireland tonight.
Don't talk to me about on our knees, bro. You know, he's the first one that's actually chosen to play for Ireland. You know what I mean? Because we've got a big Super Harry Kane there. You know, he's got no chance. He's thinking, yeah, I'll play for Ireland. You know what I'm saying?
Super Harry Kane, man, the guy who sent the penalty into orbit in the World Cup quarterfinals.
Yo, listen.
Nothing super about that, man. Nothing super about that.
What is going on here, boys? You know what I mean? Everyone come to Q&A and said y'all are roasting each other.
Yo, LB, step outside, man. Step outside.
LB went from roasting JSGZs and roasting Saeed to trying to roast you. What the hell's going on?
Nah, you ain't roasting me, man. My country's sick of balls. Step out, man.
Yeah, GAA. It's a fucking different sport, lad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you could never, man. You could never. Your country couldn't win the
GAA. Guys, keep firing your questions in, man. If you've got a member chat, by the way, you got one free member chat. Send that in, and then we could defo read your question out. Otherwise, they might get a bit lost in it. But we got one from Ollie B. Yes, coming in with a 28-month member chat, and he says, yes. Yeah, he says, yes, JP doesn't like Nathan Ake appreciation post, my Ollie B. You don't like Nathan Ake, bro?
You know I like Nathan Ake, bro. Don't start with this shit. Last time you went full sent for me on Koreans.
Well, I don't know what he's saying.
Yeah, I'll explain, innit? It did, honestly, Hugh. I was shook. I was like, yo, this guy needs to chill.
He was trying to get Jody before he cancelled, man.
I was about to full send delete LB from channel mode. I was like, he can't say this shit. I rate, you know what I mean? Basically, Ollie B, mate, I rate the Nathan Ake with tits, you know what I mean? But I don't rate you posting a picture of Nathan Ake's dick in the Discord. Which is basically what it was. It was zoomed in Nathan Ake's dick on disc. And I was like, yo, I should probably swerve this. So, as much as you think it's a Nathan Ake appreciation post, I was just, you know what I mean? I was calming the heat.
You was being that good mod, bro.
I was being good mod, innit? Ollie B's a mod as well. You should be good mod.
Yeah. The serious question is, what trophies do we win this season, if any, and what would be a success for Manchester City this season? I'll start. I'm going to say a success for me is to win the Premier League or the Champions League.
Yeah. I'd take that. I'd take winning the Premier League champs. Easy. Fine. That's a successful campaign for me.
And a little bit of a twist on that. If we don't win one of them, but we win the FA Cup, is that still a success? Because you'll get a lot of people who say, yeah, of course it's a success. We never used to win shit. And then you get new people who'll be like, nah, we need to be winning one of the two major trophies. It's not a success. It's a good season, but it's not a success.
Do you know what it is for me? It's something that the rival fans don't want us to say. And for me, it's not a success majorly. It's nice to win silverware, obviously, but it's not a failure. It's not a massive failure considering the overall circumstances going into the season. Like people from outside Manchester City's space simply wanted to paint it out as it's an unbelievable City team that have thrown in Erling Haaland. They should win everything. When we know ourselves, people, it's not as black and white as that. It's not just you throw Haaland in on top of what was already there. This season required a whole system change, a whole different approach to the way we play football, and we've seen that. And that's why we've struggled at times this season. So for us to go through, here's the big bad word that a lot of people don't like, transition. For us to go through transition and come second in the Premier League, win an FA Cup, have a good run in the Champions League, I'm not buzzing. I'm not jumping out of my seat for joy, but I'm not saying this team have, failed disastrously and they've embarrassed our club kind of thing. I'm saying, right, we're working towards, the future seasons. But this is a refreshment. This is a transition. So, I think this team is more than good enough to challenge for one of the major trophies, if not both this season. But should it not happen and we won an FA Cup, it's not disaster season.
Not disaster. It's at the end of the day, it's good to win anything. Like anything at all, it's a blessing that we're in a situation where we can be winning things year in, year out. However, it's just the way you look at it, innit? Like when you do a full season and you come close to winning the title, and then you look back at the games where you drop points and you think, fucking hell, we could have won it if we didn't drop points there. That's where the disappointment will creep in if we don't win the Premier League. And the Champions League is another one where there'll be blame. There's always blame in the Champions League because it's knockout rounds, isn't it? So everyone will be looking at something. And that's where the disappointment will creep in for people. But I'll still be gassed at winning the FA Cup if we win the FA Cup. Oh. Can Hugh speak?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, LB, have you muted your mic?
He was throwing out too much smoke. So
oh yeah, I'm muting my mic. Yeah, I needed to calm down, and I was going in too hard. I was going to say, it kind of tells you what level we're at as a football club to even be having this conversation in the first place. In that, winning the FA Cup and nothing else is not a failure of a season, as you said. It's not a major success, but it's probably that's like the bare minimum that I think this football club can accept. And because we don't win trophies, that is a failure for a team of the quality that we have, the manager that we have. That would be a failure not to win any trophies. So to win the Carabao Cup or the FA Cup on its own, I think would be, obviously winning it would be great. But I think when you look back at the end of the season with the squad and the players we have, we probably would be disappointed with just that in the end. But that doesn't mean it's a failure. It just means that we should be striving to win the big trophies. We should be striving to win the Champions League and the Premier League. Why? Because we've got the best players in the world, some of the best players in the world. We've got the best manager in the world. And to not win those two or one of the two big trophies, it would be disappointing. So, I think winning any of the trophies would be successful. But in terms of how successful, if you don't win the Prem or the Champs, it's it's a good season. Obviously, we're still winning trophies. That's great. But this club needs to have that ambition every season of winning the Prem or the Champs.
Yeah, definitely. It's good to have that mentality in it as a club. Anakin, yes, it's Anakin with a 2 says, do you think Pep will win as a Champions League before he leaves? Good a chance anyway. Jab him. So especially with Haaland in the team now. I want to say yeah. I want to say yes.
I believe he will. I believe this team is now primed to win the Champions League. And I think that's definitely the main objective now of the team, with so many players, with so many Premier League medals. And, you bring Haaland in now. I think we're built for knockout football. That's not to say that we can't continue to dominate domestically as well in the league campaign. But I think a massive, massive reasoning behind the purchase of Erling Haaland was to get us over that line with the Champions League and be the difference. Like, we've had this conversation before. Like, you look at previous Champions League exits we've had, Lyon, Tottenham, last year Real Madrid. I think all those 3 games I just named, if you had an Erling Haaland in his current form in any of those teams, we win those ties. We win those ties, and I think we win at least one Champions League. So, yeah, I think Pep will. I think have you guys had this conversation before? Is Pep a failure for not winning a Champions League at Manchester City?
No. He's failed to win the Champions League at Manchester City, but he's not a failure.
He's not a failure. I mean? He's won too much to be a failure at Manchester City.
Yeah,
I agree. But the thing
ultimately, Pep Guardiola has succeeded as Manchester City manager. He's not failed.
Listen, I'm with you. I'm with you 100%. I'm just asking you guys the question because I do a lot of rival shows with fans of other clubs, and they love to make it clear to me, at least in their own opinions, that if should Pep fail to win the Champions League, he's failed as a manager kind of thing. So I just wanted to get do a poll. Maybe do a poll. I wouldn't mind seeing an overall thought process from the viewers, but there you go.
Big up Harry, by the way.
Yeah.
With 2 super chats, he says Mackie G tears, and then says LB loves Mackie G. Yeah, that's not true.
I know that. I know that.
That's not true. That's not true. Why line for?
Chico, the 9 months says it's not a question, but it was my birthday recently. Also, ever since we added a 3rd member, streams becoming left, right, and centre. Big love. Yes. Well, we wanted to take the channel further, innit? And Hugh is a massive part of that. So, you know what I mean? Big up Hugh for getting involved with City Extra and that, and becoming part of City Extra, because it means that we can do more streams, more regularly, more content, which is the plan going forward. Just constant content.
Constant content. Once again, I said it in the first stream that I did when I joined officially. Big up to the chat, man. Big up to all the Xtra Club members and everybody who have accepted the change with open arms and seem to be enjoying it, because you know what, you people are the reason that we do it. Make the content, you guys enjoy it. It's a 2-way street. So big up to all of you.
Facts. Marshy Boy with a 5 says, when do you think City going to sign? Who do you think City going to sign this summer? And congratulations on Hugh joining City Extra. SSU, big love for you there. And who do I think City going to sign this summer? Who do we think City going to sign this summer?
Guardiola.
Wait, we'll do one player each in it. So I'll be you going Guardiola. You going Hugh?
Bellingham.
Oh, Guardiola, Bellingham. Yeah. Rafael Leao.
Do you think? Do you think there's actually a reality in that?
I feel like it's the least realistic. Like I don't know what it is. There's something about us signing a winger that don't really sit right. Obviously, there has been links with Matoma today, but we'll do streams on that tomorrow. That's one of the streams that we were saving for another day rather than just doing it late tonight. Caden with a 2 says, if we win the Premier League and Champions League, this is the worst season ever. That's facts.
Well, the thing is, it's not even a bad season. It's just that usually we'd either be top of the league or we would have won the Carabao Cup. So everyone's in like a slightly different sort of position. Whereas right now we've not won the Carabao Cup and we're second and we're 8 points behind Arsenal. So because of that, and obviously we've had a little bit of an issue during the last couple of months in how we've played in that, which has made people think we've had a bad season. And by our own standards, yes, we have had a bad season by our own standards, but that appears to be sorting itself out. The performances are improving, the goals are coming back, the defense is improved, and the style of play is improved. So, we're in a good position right now. We're in a good position, but I don't think it's a bad season. I just think we're so used to. But I guess again, I think it's good that people say this is a bad season, because it means that the club strives to be the best it can be. If we're second and people say, oh, it's not a bad season, we're only second. Yeah, it's not a bad season, we're only second. But this club should strive to be first. Sheikh Mansour's put over £1 billion into this football club, upgraded the stadium, made one of the best academies in world football, bought all these clubs around the world, got these great scouts all around the globe. Not to finish second, to finish first. So It's not a case of being negative or getting on the players' backs or the managers' backs. It's just a case of being ambitious and trying to win everything that you can do, because that's what this club is about. It's not about finishing second. It don't want to finish top 4. It wants to win. That's what this club is all about, man. Winning.
Yeah, definitely. It's the mentality that's been like instilled into it now, isn't it? Ian with a 1 month says, what would you rather win, the Premier League or Champions League? Well, me and you actually had this. We actually had a full video on this, didn't we, bro?
Yes.
Which went up last week. So if you've not seen that, everyone should go check that out. It's pretty decent. Just chatting about Premier League or Champions League. But shortened down version is I'd rather win the Prem, because I think it'd be sick to win the Prem this year. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I said always Premier League, always, because it's the best representation of the season.
You have
just
the option
had.
of either. It's always, like we said in it, it's always Prem, but like it would.
Bro, I said in the Big Six, and I got stick for this. Don't know why. That if we win the Premier League every single season till the year I die, and never win a Champions League, I will die a very, very happy man. A very, very happy man. Like I said it after we won the Prem last year on that show as well, that you can't offer me anything to take away the memories I've had winning the Premier League in recent years. You can't. The feeling I had on the pitch after Gundo scored that goal last May, it was just the best feeling. I know you guys were there for 93-20 as well, so you've had your moment. And the thing is, it was just the most beautiful day for me. It really was. The most iconic photo of Gundogan putting the ball in the net. I'm in the photo, 3 rows from the pitch behind the goal. I'm engraved in history now with Manchester City. It's just beautiful, man. I love the Premier League. But I said in that video as well that I'm getting sick of this monkey in our back of the Champions League. I almost just want to win it now, just to fucking move on and not be, put down by that all the time. Just to shut some people up, but always people. Premier League.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what do you say, bro?
Yeah, I mean, I've always said
I've always
said I don't watch 38 football matches not to win a competition. The best team doesn't always win in Champions League. In fact, the best team very rarely wins in the Champions League. You know what I mean? There's a lot of luck involved. Premier League, the best team wins. 38 games, everyone plays the same team twice. The best team wins the Prem. I want to be the best team in England. I always say this is I don't walk around Manchester and just bump into a Bayern Munich fan or a Real Madrid fan. You know what I mean? I ain't getting into a banter none of these kids. You know what I mean? I walk around and we meet people like Saeed and and Liverpool fans, and Chelsea fans, Arsenal fans. You know what I mean? These are the people that we speak to on a daily basis. So for me, I always prefer the Premier League. But I'm kind of chill on the Champions League because I've accepted. We're going to win it at some point. You know what I mean? I don't need to stress that much over it. I know we're going to win it at some point because the odds are on our side. If we keep getting to semi-finals, if we keep getting to finals, eventually we will just win one because we might get lucky and just win it. That's how it works. So, yeah, I'm kind of chill on it. We'll win one eventually. I'm pretty confident about this year as well. Yeah, I'm thinking this year we could do something special. Of course, we've got a difficult run. Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, and probably Napoli. If it goes the way we expect it to, I think we'll beat Bayern Munich. I think we can beat Real Madrid. We should have beat them last year. And then you get Napoli in the final. Is it written in the stars? First team we ever played in the Champions League, playing in the final of the champs.
That coming full circle, isn't it?
Exactly.
Fahad, Jason's Fahad with a 79 says, would you play for City 25 matches a year and win trophies, or play 50 matches a year but win nothing? And also says, thank you guys for making the international break bearable. Yes, Fahad, mate. I mean, I'd rather play 25 matches a year and win trophies.
Yeah. I'm not trying to staff pad my appearances. Just give me my medals, man. Give me my medals.
Yeah, I want to win things, innit?
Like, the thing is, right, okay, so Harry Kane's a bit different, right? Because Harry Kane, if he doesn't win anything, he can turn around at the end of his career and he can tell his kids that he scored the most goals ever in the Premier League. He can tell his kids that he scored the most goals for England. So, okay, he's not won a trophy and that is shit and it's a bit laughable at times. But he has got, like, mega records there. If you're just talking about someone who plays and literally never wins a trophy and doesn't have them insane records, then, yeah, you're going to take the 25 matches and trophies, surely.
But on the Harry Kane thing as well, I was thinking about it. Yeah, it's nice while you can tell people that you're England's top scorer and you're the Premier League's top scorer, but someone is eventually going to come and take that off you. I believe someone's eventually going to take it, whether it's in your lifetime or not, and you see it happen or not, someone's going to do it. I think records are there to be broken. Nobody can take your medal off you. Nobody can take your Premier League medal off you or your Carabao Cup medal or anything like that. And that's why people are having the conversation about Harry Kane, that he kind of needs to leave. And he missed an opportunity. He could have come. He could have been a Premier League winner right now, couldn't he?
Yeah, but bro, I don't know if I completely agree with that, right? Because Harry Kane, right, is now on 55 goals, yeah? Bobby Charlton is there. You know, he stopped playing in 1970. You've got Jimmy Greaves in 5th, 1967. Nat Lofthouse, the great Nat Lofthouse, 1958. Like these records stand time. They stand time, and I don't know. I think the Premier League one. You're probably right on the Premier League one. I think the Premier League one will probably be broken, especially if Haaland stays in England, right? But I think that England one, which is a pretty mad start, I think that could stand for a very... Because, bro, you look around now, right? There's no one coming through the England setup, really, who's a striker, who I'm going, this kid is going to do it, right? You know what I mean? So this could last minimum 30 years, and probably a lot longer than that as well. And especially, you know, football changes. The teams desperately want to play with strikers. Will teams maybe drop into a false nine? I think that Harry Kane England one, not the Premier League one, the England one, that could stand for a very, very long time. And that will write him into the history books for at least the next 100 years, right? Because I'm looking at players like Jimmy Greaves, Nat Lofthouse on this list. If Harry Kane won a Premier League and wasn't on this list, in 50 years' time, no one's going to know who Harry Kane was. But people will always know who Harry Kane. For the next 100 years, people will know who Harry Kane was.
That's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair.
I
see both sides of the argument, though. Like the whole having the medal and that, and you have that for the rest of your life, kind of thing. But also, I do think the records will stand. But I personally think he should move on and win something. Do you know what I mean? I've said it for a bit. Like, I don't even know where he'd go now.
Bayern Munich.
Bayern Munich is because it just seems so fitting that he'd go and just replace Lewandowski. I know they've not done that. They play Sadio Mane up top now, I think. But for him to go there, win something. But yeah, whether he wants to do that or not, I don't know. And he might just want to stay in England.
But then, and this is the thing. Say he goes Bayern Munich, right? He wins a Bundesliga, right? So fucking what? No one's going to remember him for the Bundesliga anyway. Everyone's only going to remember Harry Kane now for this England record, and if he gets the Premier League record. So I don't know. Like it's in a bit of a weird situation.
I could see like people Ollie be there, like Pirlo way. I can see him going to United.
Yeah, I can see United.
I can see him going to United.
Especially if the Qataris come in, because they'll want to make a big statement signing, and it just seems like where else is he going to go? He's obviously chasing that all-time Premier League goal scoring record. I can't see him going to Bayern Munich personally. I think he wants to stay and break that Premier League record, but he'll also want to win trophies where he can, or if he can. He ain't going to go to Chelsea. He's not coming to City. He's not going to Arsenal. If he's leaving Tottenham, you think the shoe's going to fit on Man United?
Yeah.
Benno, yes, Benno with a 2. Appreciate it too, mate. Says, do we slam a new Ake deal on the table anytime soon? Yeah, I would.
Contracted until 2025, so I've got 2 years left on his contract. He's 28 years old.
Sign him up.
I don't think anyone would say no to that. Yeah, get him on a new 2-year extension. I'd get him signed up to 2027. That'll take him to 32. Happy days.
I think that's smart business. That.
Oh, we did our Man or Machine video this week, and he scored a brace tonight.
I know. So the curse, I mean, reverse curse. You know what I mean? Don't work, man. I need to stop, innit? Yahir with 18 months says, I saw this on Twitter the other day, but who has had a better career at City, Mahrez or Sane? Personally, I'd say Mahrez. I didn't say personally. I think that's what he said, but I agree with that. Personally, I'd say Mahrez as well.
I agree.
I think you'd find. I think it'd be difficult to find anyone who'd say Sane's had a better City career. Like, Mahrez is still here, and he's done bits in the Champions League and that. Like, Harry with a £1. Yes, it's Harry. Appreciate that, mate. Ollie B with a £2. Yes, Ollie B says the defense is more important than Haaland for the Champions League.
It's all important. Every single player on the pitch is important. Like as you saw, like we failed to score the goals that we should have scored in the first leg of that Real Madrid game, and then simple defensive mistakes cost us. You know, Ruben Diaz giving away the penalty, that kind of thing, in the Bernabeu.
Both ends of the pitch cost us at the end of that in over 2 legs.
If you're lacking in any area of the pitch sufficiently, you won't win the Champions League. Everybody, when it gets to the deep stages of the competition, everybody has to have as close to a perfect game as possible, because these ties, man, they're decided by fine margins, and we've discovered that the hard way.
Yeah, I agree with you, bro. I don't think you can say that's more important than that, because in the first leg against Real Madrid, if we had a decent striker or a decent attack, we would have been out of sight, we would have qualified. But in the second leg, if the defence didn't crumble, we would have qualified.
Yeah.
So I think this is the thing about the Champions League. You need a little bit of luck, but you also need all your team to perform and perform well. And if any one of those lets you down, then you're probably not gonna qualify or win the competition, and that's what unfortunately happened to us last year.
Patman with a 2 says, why is JP's idol Harry Styles? I mean, my idol isn't Harry Styles. I'll just put that today. And also, people thought my idol was JHGC because of the way that LB worded it. And he also says, welcome Hugh Janus.
I'm not replying to that.
Yeah, I didn't think you would. Just like when LB closed the chat when people can't start going to smell B. Same vibes there. Yeah, I do like Harry Styles' music though. Just that is why the Harry Styles thing exists. Dan Rowe with the 2 says, next City keeper after Edison and Stefan Ortega leave? ? That's such a difficult question, because I don't know how long they're going to stay for, isn't it?
Edison's only 29. He could easily play till he's 40 years old these days. So
it's hard to know who's going to be about and what the next kind of thing is. Like the easy options are something like Mike Minor or something like whatever he's called.
He's sick.
He's sick. He is mint. But
he's the reason we didn't draw tonight. Honestly, you should have seen his save in the last minute of the game, a header from Nathan Collins. The guy's cold. As a shot stopper, he's outrageous. I don't know about his build-up play. I think on that question, as long as Pep Guardiola is the manager of Manchester City, Ederson will be between the sticks. I just think it's as simple as that. He's crucial. He is crucial. Whatever you think about his clutchness, as everyone seems to give out about, he's crucial to our football and the way we play football and everything we do. So I don't know. I don't think that all the criticism is justified. I get he may not have the highlight reel that Alisson does or that Neuer does, but he's been absolutely imperative to us winning league after league, and you have to take that at face value.
Yeah, that's fair. Anna came with a 2 says, will Hugh be on any watch-alongs? Funny you say that. Hugh's actually on the watch-along this week. All right, bro.
Saturday, Liverpool, man.
I don't know what it is with Liverpool and me. I always seem to never see
you just scarred off Liverpool, bro. We've been beaten in the past. One winning 7 against Liverpool, and the guy's like,
I was like, nah, I'm dipping me.
I've got a stag do, boys.
Yeah, so for people wondering, Hugh is on the watch on this week. Hugh and LB doing the watch on together, which is going to be pretty sick. I'm on stag do mode. So I'll be in Amsterdam and it absolutely steaming. Quickly before I forget this one, Rob Wilson in the chat says, I've got a question for LB. Can he eat 2 gyros or gyros?
I can eat 2. I can eat 3, maybe 4.
Don't question him. Don't question. He'll fall out here.
There's a members video. There's an Xtra Club video.
Jerry McHugh with a 10. Yes, Jerry mates.
Come on, Jerry.
Big ups, other than Irishman, to class up the channel. Sue, or should I say, Hugh, LFG.
I like that.
Is this Jerry, mate? Adisa Baba with a 4 month says, LB and Hugh look alike so much. Also, please say hi to my brother, Olayinka from Nigeria. Yes. Adisa, mate.
Come on.
I think we just have to tell them the truth. LB is my dad. I've joined the company because my dad got me a job. My dad got me a job.
That guy in it, Johnny Boy, is my dad. It's the same vibe, isn't it, man?
Yeah.
It's the same vibes. Your dad got you a job.
He was like, get up out of bed and get yourself a job. I said, I want to work with you, Dad. Yeah. He was like, all right, come on, streams.
Let me speak to Jordan. We'll see what we can do. MTS. Yes, MTS. He says, 24 months, by the way. Also got the GOAT badge. Yes. Says, I feel we will win the treble. Liverpool will beat Arsenal at Anfield. We will have the easiest Champions League final against Napoli, probably. Just a bit of luck.
Yeah, I think MTS has had a strong strain tonight, man. You know what I mean? He's had something good. He's had that good.
He's that good, that sweet herb.
that coriander, man. Yeah. That basil. That sweet basil, man. That rocket. What's the guy? Yeah. What's the herbs, man?
Yeah, I don't know what all you lot are thinking about. We're talking about actual... Penguinese with 22 months says, yes, it's Braze. It was my birthday yesterday, so I missed the stream. Here's to 22 more months. Yes, Penguinese, mate.
Happy birthday to... No, I'm joking.
Sorry, Penguinese, innit? We don't do them things around here. Zetanus with 28 months, just waves, innit? Hello, mate. Professional Idiot with a 10. Yes, Professional Idiot. Harry Kane should have known it's the history of Tottenham. The biggest mistake was letting his brother deal with the contracts and doing a gentleman's agreement. Yeah, Charlie Kane, man. What a fraud he is.
When you look back on that saga, when they're absolutely wild how that whole thing unfolded. Do you remember it was Charlie Kane went to a wedding and told Clemmy Moody, the journalist at the wedding, that Harry Kane was coming to Manchester City. She then puts this in the newspaper and then it all pops off. Like, it's mad how it works.
Weird, isn't it? It was the weirdest transfer saga.
It was crazy, that and imagine where we would have been today had we had Harry Kane and not Erling Haaland, man. I mean, it would have been a weird situation, isn't it? You know what I mean? Where would Haaland? It is a question for you. Where would Haaland be now?
Real Madrid.
He wouldn't be at Dortmund. Would be at Real Madrid.
He'd be at Real Madrid.
Do you think we beat Real Madrid in that tie last year with Harry Kane?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we scored.
Because Harry Kane will absolutely tank the goals in that game.
But what if he just brings his bottler gene to our club?
His bottler
gene.
The thing is, though, I feel like when you come to Manchester City, you leave that bottle gene at the door. Like, you're not allowed the gene of the bottle because the club won't allow you.
Take them jeans off. I mean, you're not wearing them jeans in here.
Pause
that one, isn't
it? Yeah, I just feel like, it's the same as like Zinchenko and Jesus have gone to Arsenal, right? And they've clearly gone in there and gone, what the fuck are y'all doing? Why y'all shit for? Like, we need to actually win shit. And like, they've taken that winning mentality to Arsenal. I feel like if you come to Manchester City as a bottler, you will then just become a winner because that's what happens. You're around winners.
It is pretty mad that kind of vibe, isn't it? That winning mentality vibe that sticks with the players, isn't it? Like when, like say Zinchenko and Jesus going to Arsenal, they always, like Arsenal fans always say it, like actual Arsenal players who are already there say that they brought that kind of mentality to the club, which is wild.
Mm-hmm. Apparently in November, Zinchenko was like talking about winning the league in the dressing room at Arsenal, and Arsenal players were laughing. Apparently Arsenal players didn't believe they could win the league until after November. But yeah, apparently he was like, yo, we're going to go on and win this league. And some of the Arsenal players were like, oh, what's he talking about? And he's like, what are you laughing for? Like, I genuinely believe we can win this league. Like, what's funny about that? So you're right, man. You can see how bringing in one or two people with a different mentality can switch the whole mentality of the dressing room.
Correct. And it works both ways, as I said.
Reece Kennedy with a 2 says, folding out. What about Carlos Borges for Liverpool?
It's not Carlos Borges will never play a game for Manchester City, in my opinion. I think he'll be sold in the summer.
We'll have a selling fee or something like that. Yeah, I reckon he'll get sold as well.
It's a shame because he's a top class player.
Yeah, he looks mint.
But clearly something ain't right. Otherwise, he would have played minutes, as we've mentioned many, many times.
Mm-hmm. Dave Rocky with a 10. Yes, Dave says, are we fucked if Haaland and Foden don't play against Liverpool? I don't think that's necessarily true. The first game against Poole, Foden and Haaland didn't have the best of games. Believe in Alvarez and Grealish.
Great point.
I rate that. I rate that.
Yeah, Foden was shit. Foden was shit in that game against Liverpool at Anfield.
Bro, yeah. Man wanted nothing to do with trying to take on James Milner for some reason.
Yeah. And we've got Alvarez. People, I think sometimes people look at Haaland and go, well, not have Haaland was shit. Mate, we still got Alvarez. Alvarez walks into 95% of the clubs around the world. Like, yeah, believe in the players, man. Believe in Alvarez. Believe in Mahrez. Believe in Grealish. Believe in these players who can step in. We've got a squad. You know what I mean? This is what a squad's for. Throughout the season, you have ups and downs with the team, injuries, suspensions and that. If you rely on a player and go, if that player gets injured or suspended at any part of the season, then we're fucked. Then what's the point? We've got a squad. Believe in the squad.
Are you ready for it's the L take of the day? Today's L take is Lionel Messi world champion, who says Haaland is a one-season wonder, in my opinion. That's your L take of the day.
Yeah, that is
it.
Swiftly
L
moving on.
take.
yeah. I don't even want to get the stats
we
up
don't-
from
we
his
don't
Borussia
even need
Dortmund
to, innit?
situation.
It's like when people also say he's a tapping merchant. That really grinds my gears.
You know the best stat to prove that he's not a one-season wonder and that he's not a shit player. The guy plays for Norway. 23 games. Norway, 21 goals.
Wow.
Norway. He ain't playing in prime Spain or Argentina with Lionel Messi behind him or Brazil. He's playing for fucking Norway and he's got 21 goals in 23 appearances.
Guy's sick, man. Guy's sick. It'll be
Norway.
Lionel Messi, but he's the same guy who, when Haaland scores a hat trick, will be like, "Oh, the best player in the world." Do you know what I mean? It's the same thing, man. I see this guy all the time, innit? I see a guy all the time, innit? The guy sweats on Haaland and loves Haaland, and then he's pep out, then he's pep in. You know what I mean? Guy's brain don't know what he wants. Pressure 2 says Haaland hub or step pep. Haaland hub or step pep. I feel like step pep would exist on Haaland hub. It'd be a genre, wouldn't it? Less said of that, the better. Yeah, should pressure it. Dave Rocky with a 2 says, but the injuries are worrying for the long run, though. Yeah, the Haaland and Foden injuries are worrying for the long run. We have to just wait and see how long these injuries are for. Lionel Messi. Oh, he's actually here. Holding his L with a 5. Says, Brazil lost to Morocco 2-1 and Nagelsmann is a Spurs fan. Spurs manager incoming. My mum and dad want Nagelsmann, not Poch.
Well, I mean, either of them are kind of fine. I mean, Poch has been in the league before, plays nice football and that. Never won anything other than like the French league or whatever he won there. Nagelsmann, though, Nagelsmann's young, he's energetic. You know, I don't know. If I was a Spurs, I'd go for either. I mean, and the thing is, with the greatest of respect in the world, it's kind of irrelevant, isn't it? Spurs are just like this irrelevant club right now. And this isn't even a roast. This is me just speaking facts, and Spurs fans will probably agree with this. They don't live to do anything. They're not a club that exists to do anything other than just exist. You know what I mean? They just breathe.
Criteria.
Yeah, they don't actually do anything. They don't challenge for no trophies. They don't go and buy sick players. They just exist. You know what I mean? There's just a club that's on life support that just fucking just breathing. You know what I'm saying? Until they get an owner who's willing to put their hand in the pocket and buy the best players, which no doubt they could attract the best players because they got a 6 stadium, big club in London. Until they do that and they just sign these fucking Jed Spence players and players from the Championship and players that no one's heard of, then they won't do shit, man. And that's the truth. It's not even a roast. It's just factual information.
Someone please clip that. Please clip life support LB.
Please,
someone
please.
For every time we concede a goal or we lose a game, I want to see life support LB all over the timeline.
Same. When Grealish gets his shot blocked, I just want to see live support LB. Like. When Ederson makes another mistake in it, I want to see live support LB.
He ain't wrong though. He ain't wrong. Yeah. They just kind of exist, don't they? They're just there, and then every 6 months they go, "Oh, we've got a new go-kart track," or "Oh, Beyonce's playing here this summer." Like, you're not serious. You're not a real football club. They're actually more like an NBA franchise. They move more like a franchise. It's all about commercialization, and their priorities are completely wrong. It really is. They're like the Glazers on steroids. We know the Glazers are all about commercial and revenue, but at least they try to dress it up by signing Ronaldo and, push for Carabao Cups here and there and try to improve the team every now and then. Tottenham just own it. They're like, we're doing the NFL thing, we're doing the F1 thing, Beyonce, Anthony Joshua, they're all hanging out here. Trophies is kind of like fourth down on the list.
You know what's sad though from a Tottenham point of view is that they've had teams in the past which have been not too far away at properly challenging for trophies. Of course, they got to the Champions League final. They probably should have won the league the year Leicester won it. And if the owner would have just put in like 150 million, 200 million or something like that, they could have been a serious team. And unfortunately for them, you know, they just fucking let the team rot, don't reinvest properly. And I don't know, it must be difficult to be a Spurs fan, man, because like, you know, you're so close, but yet so far.
Yeah.
Like, at least if you're like a middle of the table team that just kind of finishes middle of the table every season. Like, look at Palace, for example. Like, pretty much middle of the table most seasons, sometimes get drifted into around a relegation scrap, but, you know, in the Premier League for a long time. You kind of know what you're getting as Palace, yeah? You ain't got that money to spend. If you finish 12th, it's a good season. Right? Chilling. Spurs are like, yo, we're actually not about, we've got one of the best strikers in the world. You're not actually a bad team. And if you just put a little bit of money into the side, you could actually compete for trophy. You could compete for Champions League. Look at their attack. Their attack's frightening when they're on form. They would have signed 2 centre-backs this season and a full-back. They could have probably competed for the Premier League, but they didn't. They signed like Jed Spence and that because they want to make profit. They want to be Borussia Dortmund, man. They want to get these young boys in and then sell them for profit. Well, that ain't how you win trophies, man.
Yeah, I mean,
Thanks.
that's that's your weekly roast of chicken ball. And just before I forget, Denver, yes, Denver. He was in the chat. He said a Q&A stream. Oh, I've got a question for you. He said, "Who's 8 points clear?" You know what a funny joke. He'll be laughing his bollocks off, by the way. Oh, now in time, he'll be laughing so much about that. I know he will. I can see his face. He'll be like, "And still," that's what he'll be screaming. Reese Kennedy, yes, welcome to the Xtra Club, mate. I appreciate you joining the Xtra Club.
Big up, Reese, man.
Big up, man. Moreau with a 5 month says, if Kane was 22, the same age as Haaland last summer, who would you lot have rather had? Harry Kane or Erling Haaland?
Haaland.
Yeah. Haaland. It's got to be in it. I'd just rather have Haaland. If you ask Pep, he'd say Kane. I don't actually. I think he'd rather have Kane now, but that's because of what Kane is now. Do you know what I mean? He doesn't have to try and turn
Haaland has a higher ceiling than Harry Kane. Haaland has a higher ceiling than Harry Kane. So if he can hit that full potential and hit that ceiling at Manchester City, you know, he'll have a better career than Harry Kane. Yeah. He will anyway. It's not hard to have a better career than Harry Kane, but, you know, he will.
Yeah. The thing is as well with Haaland is Haaland understands how good he is. And that's the scary part about it.
The ego mode, isn't it? Like, he does have that ego of I am one of the best in the world.
He is him, innit? He knows that he is him. And because of that, it's scary because, you know, it's up to him really as to how well he succeeds in the game. When you're that good as a football player, it's pretty much down to you of how much effort you put in. If you look at players like Ronaldo, right, and Messi, these players are not only the best players because they've got that natural talent, but because they work so hard. Look at Wayne Rooney, for example. Incredible player. He could have been up there with Messi and Ronaldo in terms of legacy. But, you know, he didn't work hard enough. And obviously off the field, decided that he'd like to have a fucking smoke. You know, a pack of Lambert and Butler and some, you know, 4-pack from the corner shop. If Haaland works hard and dials in, which I think he will do, there's no telling as to where he can go with records, with the amount of goals, with trophies, with Ballon d'Ors, individual honours. And that's why it's scary because you just don't know how far this guy can go, man.
Facts.
When Kane was 22, wasn't he playing for Leicester or some shit as well? Like when he was 22, he was nowhere near the levels that Haaland is at right now. Haaland is producing 30-year-old, seasoned, established striker numbers and more at the age of 22. Like people don't talk enough about how young and inexperienced at the highest level Erling Haaland is. They just say, "Oh, that's Erling Haaland. He scored 5 against Leipzig." Or "That's Erling Haaland. He's got another hat-trick." It's not normal. There's nothing normal.
No, there's nothing normal.
He's a freak. Like someone genuinely needs to test him. The guy's weird. He's a weird guy, but I'm here for it.
To be fair, bro, I've actually just gone on Kane's stats, and he was doing it at 22 years old.
Was it?
That's me. Though.
Yeah. I mean, he was. The guy's slammed ever since. Really, he's been at Tottenham like full time. Like the guy's always scored goals. So, but obviously there was not really that. But it's funny because the reason why he probably didn't have as much hype around him at that time was because he didn't have that ego. He didn't have that belief. No one thought he was him, innit? Whereas Haaland, everyone knows he's him, and that's why he's got the ego, and that's why he's mint.
Yeah. Especially it says an L take. Sounds like a Scouser. Yeah, the Lionel Messi. Yeah. Lionel Messi can hold the L for today's stream. Dave Rocky with a 2 says LB woke up and chose violence. He definitely chose violence today. LB. LB sending for everyone, isn't it? Pressure again with a 5 says LB's breathing sounded like Liverpool players without their inhalers.
I'm being serious when I say clip that up. I want it everywhere when something goes wrong.
When
Anybody
something
makes
wrong,
a mistake.
we need inhaler B in it.
In fact, can somebody clip it up and put it on Twitter and at me? I want to have that saved for.
You want it for meme ability, don't you? He's collecting, innit? He's collecting so he can dish it out. Raheem with a 4 months says Nathan Ake is the best defender in the world. £41 million was a bloody steal. Anyways, love the content, boys. This is Raheem, mate. Nathan Ake is actually incredible. He's incredible.
Is he the best defender in the world right now? Right now.
Oh.
Who's better than him?
Consistency wise, he has to be up there, doesn't he?
Yeah. Right now, who's better than him?
Well, this is it. I said recently, and I've said this whenever I've had to back Ake up, is that can you name one incident this season that was a disaster from Nathan Ake, where you go, that's a real calamity, that's a real, howler there, but he went on to play okay. No, he hasn't even had a bad, mistake, a genuine bad mistake that's cost us big time.
Hasn't Saliba had a sick year this year?
But he's fucked up a few times.
Has it?
Saliba's had a few bad games, man. Arsenal fans are now saying that Gabriel is the main man at centre half for Arsenal, not even Saliba anymore. Martinez and Varane, they both fucked up a few times. They held 13 goals between City and Liverpool away. You don't see Ake doing that. He locked down Bukayo Saka with ease, who at the time, and probably still is, the most informed winger in world football. I'm gonna have to say, yeah, he's definitely in the conversation.
Yeah.
He's gone through the whole season. He's gone through the whole season without having a serious mistake. Or am I wrong? Can someone refresh my memory?
Factual information.
You're right. Yasin and LB 1998 saying Araujo from Barca.
You got knocked out of the Europa League by Manchester United. You ain't up there.
Okay. Finn Brooks, by the way, says he sent you the clip on Instagram.
Yes, Finn.
Send it me as well, innit?
Yeah, and me, innit? Hugh, you need to forward this message to us, innit?
He's not sent it to me, has he?
Man, is man in the requests.
I have it. I think.
Yeah, by the way, just as like I appreciate all the super chats in it. Obviously, when people are spamming super chats now, it's hard to get through like every single one of them and that. But I do appreciate.
Finn, that is wild. He's not sent me the LB. I'll show you after what he sent me. It's not what I was asking for anyway.
Oh,
you're a bad guy, Finn. Anyway, you're a bad guy.
Oh no. Harry says, "LB, fucking hell, that Corey episode was manic and scary."
Not seen it yet. I'm gonna watch it tomorrow, bro, to catch up in it.
Well, you guys need more life in it.
But I know what's coming, man. I know I got a pretty good understanding of what's going on. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm gonna watch it tomorrow.
I've got God and Phil. That's
not
Corey,
massive in it.
That's EastEnders.
We got Grizz, man. We got Grizz in the chat.
Grizz in the chat. Is he actually in the chat?
He says June Bellingham.
Wait, why can't I see him? Oh, there he is. Yes,
June Bellingham. Oh, is that why?
Mr. Khan, what's going on? Put it in the chat, man. You know what I mean? Have we done that 180 now? Are we saying that Jude Bellingham's coming to City or what? I don't know what he's saying. He's put the red circle though still. So is he saying now that he's still going to Liverpool?
He's saying he's saying basically Jude Bellingham is in June he'll be a Liverpool player.
Because Jordan Henderson had a shower with Jude Bellingham after the game and put it up.
Yeah,
man. That's funny. Pressure with 5. Yes. He says currently, Ake is definitely the best defender in the world right now. When Diaz wasn't there, Ake was our main man. I'm surprised he wasn't being rated. I feel like that's the thing with Nathan Ake. I feel like only City fans will truly rate Nathan Ake for what he is. I feel like
it's funny actually because when I went on DR Sports the other day and I was asked to do my top 5 players of the season so far, and I put Nathan Ake on it. I said he doesn't get no respect off the rest of the footballing league because was signed from Bournemouth and he was sold at Chelsea. So everyone just thinks, oh yeah, he's just done all right. No, he's not just done all right. He's not just done all right. He's been one of the best defenders in the world this season.
Man. He's excelled.
But people are not accepting it. Why are people not accepting that? It's very strange. It must be because people just don't really see him. You know what I mean? They just don't really say, oh yeah, Nathan Ake, Nathan Ake. Like, everyone talks about Diaz. No one talks about Ake. And he don't get the respect he deserves. I think Nathan Ake has been the best defender in the Premier League this season. I genuinely think that.
He's been...
That's what I'm saying, man. All the focus has been on Lissandro, sexy new signing, Varane, Rolls Royce, all this kind of stuff. Saliba, new signing, just come back from a loan deal, and Gabriel's now the big man. Everyone's focusing on these players, and he's flying below the radar. And not only has he broken through the mold of he's that Nathan Ake who cost us 40 million from Bournemouth, he's now developing into a very good progressive footballer as well. He can go forward with the ball. He can get involved in build-up play and intricate play. And like I said to Albie the other day, he's now getting in positions where he can pick up G&A. If you'd said to me 3 years ago, Nathan Ake from Bournemouth is going to start looking like he can pick up G&A in a Manchester City title-chasing team, I'd say stop smoking spice because that's wild. But he's done it. Honestly, he's gone below the radar.
It is, man. I like it, though. I like the fact that he's going below the radar. It puts no added pressure onto him, you know what I mean? Guy can just chill and get about and do bits. Obviously, he scored tonight as well twice, hasn't he? It's 2 goals tonight for Netherlands, which is pretty mad as well. What else was the... Oh, yeah, Joe Griffiths with a 2 says, Asthma B.
Just to get me those inhalers, man.
Yeah, them inhalers, innit? Inhalers.
I go to the black market, innit?
JP shows your mug, please. I mean, it is just the Jack Grealish mug. And also, it is Nathan Ake as well, so it's very fitting and on point. Yeah, that's the situation.
We are not second in this league without Nathan Ake, and that's just fact. We are not in this title race without Nathan Ake. We are not in the Champions League quarterfinals without Nathan Ake, and people just refuse to acknowledge that because it's not as sexy a name as the Butcher. You
know what you need to do, bro. Next time you're on the Big Six, yeah, you need to just ask the lads. Just say to the lads, like, genuine question here: why do people not rate Ake as one of the best defenders in the world this season? And try and work out, man, why opposition fans because I don't think they're doing it as like a sort of like a roast. I just don't think they see it. I don't think they see it because I think people just get blinded by him, man, and don't truly recognise just how good he is until he pockets someone. So like in the Arsenal game when he pocketed Saka, Arsenal fans going, fucking hell, Ake was fucking sick tonight. But he's done that all season, man. Against every single player that he's turned up against. And every time that he doesn't play, we shit the bed. You know what I mean? Forest decided to play Laporte in that role, which I said he can't do. And then we ended up conceding. He played Bernardo at left back. Nathan Ake is crucial to this side, and he has to be in the team now for every single game to the rest of the season.
I mean, Pep said it himself, didn't he? Pep said it himself that this City side ain't the same without Nathan Ake in there.
Yeah, true.
Well, you hear makes a good point, and it's genuine. His City tax is so real. It's because he plays for Manchester City. It's because he doesn't play for one of these legacy heritage clubs that people don't want to look at. I mean, is it our fault? Do we as fans, do we need to shove it down people's faces more? Do we need to, be more aggressive about it and tell the world that Nathan Ake is sick?
Yeah.
If you look at the way the Man United fans, they move about Lisandro Martinez, you'd swear they're talking about, prime Maldini or something, and this is it. He's when that guy's fucked up plenty of times this season. He's had plenty of performances this season where I've said he was not great. Yes, he's had some great performances, but he has not been unbreakable, impenetrable. He's had his moments, but they still talk about him like he's the king of defending.
The thing is, though, City fans, though, I don't really think we've ever truly done that, and I think it's about time that we do actually start doing it because it's sometimes it hinders our own players. You know what I mean? If you look at like players not winning awards and shit when they clearly should have won, I think it's time that City fans start getting out there and be more vocal about just how good these performances are. I think as a City fan base on the main, we like to just sort of be the grey man and not really say too much, you know what I mean? But it's time to fucking back our players. I think it's time to go out there and say to the world, like I did on DR Sports, Nathan Ake has been one of the best players in the league this season. He's been one of the best, if not the best defender in the Premier League, and probably top 3 defenders across Europe this season. I think it's time City fans start fucking giving it, get the chest out, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tell the world now on that next Big Six show, and we'll eventually be doing a team of the season. I'm gonna ask why not Nathan Ake, or do you think Nathan Ake? Because he's the obvious choice. He's the obvious choice for best defender this season, and he has to be in anybody's team of the season.
And I bet you get cooked for it. The chat will start cooking you because the chat, again, I don't get it.
Let me just cut in. There's a guy, Reese in the chat here says Hugh doesn't say enough in the Big Six about City. Needs to be bigging him up like Big Steve. The reason I don't go and start doing what Saeed does and telling everybody how class our players is because I'll get cooked for it. I don't want to just give an opinion and then get absolutely slammed for it. But what I do is when someone says something bad about one of our players, I'll jump in and defend them. But I'm not going to start slamming it and saying Ake is sick out of nowhere. But if someone says he's bad, I'll defend him. So that's just the way I move.
Mm-hmm. All right. See you on Jordan shows what that mouth do. No, mate. No, mate. There's also Ake brilliant. There's a lot of love for Ake tonight, you know. A lot of love for Ake tonight. I rate it a lot.
You know, I think we all agree. We've said this many, many times. But if we do a team of a player of the season, excluding Haaland, I think 99, maybe 95% of people would probably give it to Ake. I'd give it to Ake.
I'd give it to Ake.
Ake get my player of the year if Haaland wasn't there.
Yeah, he's been the most consistent player in the team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think 99% of people will probably agree with that. 95% of people will agree. I think it'd be a lot. I think you still get a lot of people probably saying Kev.
Yeah, you'll get a load of people saying Kev, especially if you start to get like picking up more assists towards the end of the season and that.
Yeah, but for me, consistency. Ake, man.
55 says nah. He says nah. You're being biased.
Who else gets the player of the year?
Who else
gets player of the year?
I'd put Rodri in the conversation. I think the only stinker Rodri's had this season.
Too many mistakes.
Yeah, I'd put him in the conversation. There's nobody comes near the consistency of Nathan Ake. And I'll say something here which I believe is true as well. Nobody's had the consistency as Nathan Ake, and that includes Erling Haaland. Because Nathan Ake has been that consistent every single game. Ake is consistent, whereas Haaland had his little period where he didn't score for a while, and that's fine. That's normal. That's the most normal thing Haaland's done since he joined the club. But Ake has genuinely been every single game at least 7.5, 8 out of 10, if not more. I think he's been the most consistent performer on the team, but Haaland has contributed more, obviously, to his goals.
55's come back, and he says Kev, Diaz, and Rodri above Ake.
Kev had an immense start to the season and then went pretty average, and now he seems to be picking up his form. So that's why I said if he has a good end to the season, despite having a little bit of a meh middle, he could still pip Ake in second place. Mm-hmm. Rodri, I thought after the World Cup for a couple of games, in fact more than a couple of games, maybe a couple of weeks, was actually quite poor. Some passes have led to directly to goals. I remember the Everton one where he gave the ball away really cheaply. Tottenham, and I'm pretty sure there was another one that he'd done as well. So he's had a great season, but I just think consistency for me, Nathan Ake. People
saying Ruben Diaz, he was missing for too much of the season.
Yeah, agreed.
He can't get it because he was missing for too much of the season.
Agreed.
Jack Grealish, honorable mention? No.
He's been very good. He has been very good.
He's been good, but come on, bro. We're talking about this is a prestigious award, man. A prestigious award. This is an award about someone who has been so good that you want to individually recognize that player and say, you know what, mate, you've been the best player in our whole squad. Oh, Jack Grealish has been good, man. I'm not getting me wrong. I like Jack Grealish.
I'm just saying honorable mention. I'm in full agreement with you that it's Erling Haaland and then it's Nathan Ake. But I'm just saying
Erling Haaland is number one and then Nathan Ake is second.
I'm just saying you could shoehorn into the conversation just for conversation's
55,
sake.
mate. What are you talking about, bro? He says, so Diaz can't get player of the season because he's out too much, but Walker can get a new contract. What are you talking about? I don't understand.
He's got to be on the wind.
Wait, so Diaz can get player of the season, but Jordan can't make a coffee? Basically is what you're saying. Because it don't make sense what you're saying, bro. Like, it makes no sense. You're chatting shit.
He's told you.
You're with the violence now as well, bro.
He's in your head. Jordan, he's in your head. Man. He's got you rattled.
I do violence with a smile on my face, though, innit?
He's rattled you, man.
I just don't understand, innit? I don't get it.
He makes a good point, man. He makes a good point.
55, you lads are wafflers, man. You're the only one waffling here, 55.
Jordan, man.
to be fair, Ruben Diaz is our 9th most played player this season.
I mean, that doesn't mean anything for me in terms of player of the season.
No, I'm just saying in terms of like, we can't give it him because he's missed too much games. I mean, he's missed.
Yeah. But he has actually played quite a bit.
He has actually played quite a bit, yeah. He missed like a month.
Yeah.
55 says, nah,
it's Ake, innit? It's just Ake, innit?
I think he's up there with the honourable mention, man. But again, like if Ruben Diaz, a bit like Kevin De Bruyne, if Ruben Diaz continues to play the way he is doing to the end of the season,
he'll be for a massive shout there.
Because the thing is, right, listen, there's actually still quite a lot of football. Someone in the chat today said we could potentially still play 18 games. That's a lot of football, man. That's like a quarter of a season.
Yeah, it's like, it's mad, isn't it?
So there's still a lot of football to play and things can still change. If Kevin De Bruyne puts in a sick performance now to the end of the season, yeah, he'll probably overtake Ake as my player of the year. If Diaz is consistent now to the end of the season, because of the position that he plays, of a more of a central role and the leadership that he takes up that Ake doesn't, he might overtake Ake. But right now, if we're doing the awards right now, Nathan Ake gets the best Manchester City Player of the Year award, ex-Haaland, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I'd be doing. Yeah, if the award was right now, that's what I'd be full sending. Yes, yes, Martin, mate. I was about to say yes, yes, Martin, innit? I see in the chat then. It says, deep breath, Jordan. Cheers, mate. And USA, or whatever it is. Is that what it say? Is that a thing? Do you know what I mean when you do the relaxation thing? I don't know.
Yeah, I think so.
I'll do the LB breaths, innit?
Yeah, no, don't do that, bro.
Yeah, the asthma breaths.
Yeah.
Yeah, big up Martin, man. I appreciate you both, bro. Yeah, it's an interesting one, the whole player of the season thing. It'd be interesting to see what at the end of the season who gets it, and obviously
we do our player of the season awards, isn't it?
I reckon we need to do it this year. We didn't do it again last year. We need to full send it. You know what's funny as well, because Martin features on the channel now on a reg. Martin was actually on that player of the season award. Remember?
He was, yeah, he was.
Yeah. That was so funny, that player of the season awards. And then we give ourselves the award of best YouTubers. We put every Donny in there from the YouTuber Manchester City space, and we give it ourselves. We didn't even vote, and everyone called us frauds, didn't they? They were like, "This is rigged." We just give it ourselves. We said it before, and we just went, yeah, we ain't actually gonna let people vote. It's just me and LB giving ourselves an award, and then to shithouse it even more, we put it in our bio on our Twitter page.
Yeah.
I was about to say that. I was like, I swear I saw that in your bio as well.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, winner of the City Extra Awards.
I had people messaging me like, "Congratulations on the award."
Martin says, "Am I winning this year? Can't award yourself." Yeah, he knows, innit? He knows that we awarded ourselves that. That was funny. That's peak content. That's peak Manchester. Well, there's peak City Extra content. If you was there from then, innit? That's how you know you're a goat, innit?
We do it at the end of the season and wear and put on tuxedos.
Yeah, fucking send it again this year, innit? We need to get on that this year.
Get champagne in and all that.
Get the champers out. We'll elevate the production levels this year. Do you know what I mean? That was Gen 1, that first one. We need to go Gen 2, innit?
Yeah, we need
rent out a massive venue in Manchester just for the three of us.
The Mercure.
Yeah. Joseph, yes, says Joseph the form up says, why is no one talking about the fact that the treble's still on? Nah, baby steps in it. That's why no one's talking about it. We want a bit of consistency and babies. Yeah, baby steps, one at a time. Yeah,
Yeah, we're not there yet, bro.
That is true. Xeno Goku, what time is it for everyone now? It's 2 minutes to 12 for us, 2 minutes to midnight.
Late stream this for us, isn't it? You know what I mean? A late night stream for the City Extra guys.
Yeah, late night
Do this more
stream for the
often, man.
Mandem.
It's nice to chat to the people.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's good to just chat, like, when that not really. Obviously, we are talking about football and City and that, but also we're just chatting shit. Not that we don't do that every day, but like chat shit without needing to think about a topic.
Factual.
Chat shit freely.
Yeah, free chat shittery. Reese says, question of power, does Tuchel becoming Bayern manager make the time more difficult, and what's your confidence levels now?
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, we spoke about this when it happened.
Yeah, I think I'm all right for it, but there's that certain air of Tuchel being there that just makes me sweat a little bit, but not any more than what I'll be sweating anyway, because Nagelsmann was a good manager.
You know what you're getting with Thomas Tuchel, don't you? Like, at least like Pep knows what way he's going to set up. You know what formation he's going to go with. You know how he's going to approach the ties. So it makes it a bit more predictable for Pep, for him to make his own plans. Because the thing with Nagelsmann that kind of pissed off a lot of the Bayern fans was, in game he could switch up his formations and his tactics 6, 7, and 8 times. You didn't know what he was going to do. The unpredictability was unbelievable with Nagelsmann. Whether that was a good or a bad thing is up to you to decide. But at least with TT, you know what he's going to do.
Yes, Martin again. Yes, Martin, mate, with a 5 says, nice to see Wembley ripping off fans again. And he just confirmed, he said, Brighton have released the prices. Category 1, 80 to £100. Category 2, 80 to 60, etc., etc., etc. Yeah, cash money. Big cash money.
Never fucking changes. It's a cash cow. That's what it's there for.
Milk it.
And whilst fans pay it, which they will do because fans want to go and watch the team, the ticket prices will go up. And this is why, I don't really talk about ticket prices too much now, because I just know people will be like, why are you talking about ticket prices when you don't go to the game? So I just fucking keep my mouth shut. But when I used to have a season ticket with Jordan, who used to go to City for the season tickets, I used to moan every season when City used to up the prices by 10, 15,
£10.
20
It was just like £10 all the time, like, wasn't it?
Yeah, and you used to get people saying, "Oh, it's only £10, it's only £15, it's only £20." It's fine. I was never one of those people. I was always like, nah, this club does not need that extra £20 from me. You know what I mean? They're making these multi-million-pound deals, right? They don't need that extra 20 quid. And that 20 quid next year will be another 20 quid. I'll be 25 quid. Before you know it, 4 or 5 years later, you're paying an extra fucking 200 quid. But until fans that say, no, we do not accept this anymore, they'll continue to squeeze every little bit out of them. And I would just say, like I said, I don't really speak about ticket prices anymore. I can't be asked for people saying, oh, what are you talking about it for? But in my view, any little price increase, people need to get angry about it and fucking say, nah, and say shit, you know what I mean? Because it's not right. It's not right, man. These clubs are earning £600 million a year in revenue, should not be charging fans for a financial crisis where fucking gas prices are going through the roof, diesel's fucking sky high, a loaf of bread's about £5. I mean, they shouldn't be fucking increasing the ticket prices. They don't need to do it. It's greedy. So, fans need to fucking speak up on that, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. It is pretty wild, isn't it? Like, if they go full like £200 plus, like say they added £200 on your ticket instantly, people kick off, yeah. But that's why they do it in small increments over a longer period of time, because they still get that. They still build up towards that, and it just slowly increases as it goes on.
You just get the people who are like, oh, it's only 20 quid, it's fine. And like I say, like, not saying that you just don't pay it, but like you've got to do something. I don't know what you can do, but you have to speak with the groups, the fan groups, and say what can they do to put pressure on the clubs, man, because they don't need to be charging. Why can Bayern Munich and them lot in Germany sell a season ticket for 300 quid and ticket prices are cheap as shit? Why can they do it? Why can they get away with it in their country? We don't. We want to rip the fans off. On top of that, you pay about 60 quid for Sky and all the fucking BT and Amazon and shit like that. I mean, it's just that's the life we live in, isn't it?
I was thinking of going to that game against Sheffield United, but I'm going to Munich 3 days before, and I'm going to Arsenal at home 3 days later. I can't afford it, man. You know what I mean? Especially in a cost of living crisis, and we all only earn so much money. Like, I don't know how they can expect us. And watch now, if there's a lack of full seats in that FA Cup game, everybody, oh, City have no fans. City have no fans. People can't afford it, man. People can't afford to go to Munich. People can't afford to go to Wembley multiple times. People can't afford to go on all these away trips. Madrid potentially coming up if we get to the semi-final Champions League. It's hard, man. It's really hard. And then I pay 600 quid as well a year for my season ticket. So it all really adds up.
Oh yeah, man, it's an expensive one, and what people don't understand is that the City fan base generally is a working class fan base, and as a fan base, we are smaller than United, we are smaller than Liverpool and Arsenal. We don't have the global fan base that they do. Yes, we have global fans, and if you're a fan from outside this country, you are quite rare compared to like the United fans and Liverpool fans and Arsenal fans, Barcelona, Real Madrid. We are a small fan base compared to them, so. Where say some fans from Manchester can't make it, we will have fans from maybe Europe or whatever, or America or wherever flying in to take those seats. But we don't have as many as they do. So, and we go to Wembley so much. There was a season we went 5 times. I mean, come on, man. You just can't expect Manchester City fans to fork out that much money.
Yeah.
We're so consistent. We're so good. But look, that's what you're at, We chose this sport, man. We should have chose a cheaper sport, innit? Support your local, innit? Support your local.
Radcliffe, innit? Fresh out with 5 says City Extra is the best football YouTube channel, best stream, best chat, and the recent edition of Hugh, best channel by none. Yes, has pressure to mate. Massively appreciated. As always.
Big up professional, idiot. Well, there you go. There's a bit of a random stream, bit of Q&A, bit of couple of questions in there. Hopefully you enjoyed the stream. I will do these from time to time. They're kind of more relaxing, you know what I mean? We can just chat shit and just vibe out, man. So hopefully you enjoyed it. We're back tomorrow anyway with some streams. We've got some transfer talk lined up for you, so we'll get those in. We did a video today on Kyle Walker. The future of Kyle Walker in terms of contract. Should we offer him a new contract? He's coming to the end of his deal. He's 32. How long do you extend his contract? If you do extend it, so go check that out if you want to watch some more City Extra content. That's up on our channel, went out earlier today. We'll be back tomorrow with some more streams. We've got an Avengers show coming up this week. I'll message Martin and the rest of the lads and get an Avengers show booked in. And then before you know it, football will be back. At the start of this, bro, I said, have a little break, have a little rest, go have a little spa. Because it's going to be non-stop. It's going to be absolutely hectic, man. It's going to be.
Or do what I did and go get COVID and ruin the whole international break for you.
Don't do that.
It's probably the best time to get it.
True. If you're going to get it,
I was
now's the time.
I was thinking that I'm booked to go to 3 or 4 games in April, and I was like, you know what? If I'd rather get it now and be ill for a week now than in April. So the world works in funny ways. But yeah, it all kicks off again Saturday.
True that. And also on Saturday is Hugh's debut watch along.
Live and direct.
Live watch along with Hugh Murray and the Big LB. I'm excited for it, me.
In the shed as well.
In the shed. In the shed.
It's not a StreamYard thing. It's a genuine. I'm filling in for Dirty
in the flesh and that. Yeah. It's a bit weird.
That's it, man. That's it. We're getting Hugh over, and we're gonna make it just as normal. If not better. Why not strive for greatness?
That's it. We need to exceed what we currently have, innit?
We're coming for that chair, bro.
Buzzing. Yeah, guys, hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, smash a like on it, and then it'll just recommend the stream to everyone else who's not been in it. They can watch it back tomorrow. Subscribe to the channel as well if you're new. Go watch that Kyle Walker video that we did earlier on if you've not already done it. And we'll see you later. See you in a bit.